You know, last time you and me had a chat and a dance together, ended up in a fight, so it did.
Oh, I remember. Neil tried to hit you.
That's right, and you ended up hitting Reggie Holdsworth instead still. Just shows you. Good can't come from evil, you know.
Well, it seems a long time ago.
So where's Neil now, then?
Neil is supposed to be in Australia. Well, I'm not so sure.
What do you mean?
Let the good time Denise, well, there's a taxi downstairs for you.
A taxi? For me?
Yeah, that's what he said, aye. Go!
Give him a washing up.
Right, I'm ready for home, you?
No, I'm enjoying myself. Anybody want to dance? Come on.
All right. You didn't realise I was such a lovely movie.
Jack, what can I say? I think your dance is nearly as good as your singing.
Thanks. See, all I need is a flight of stairs and a silver top cane.
There's no answer to that, love. Get
Denise, there's another taxi outside and it says it was on for Osborne.
I'm sick of this. Who is doing it to me?
Shall I send her away?
No, I'll do it. What I tell you, when I find out who it is, I will swing for them. Somebody's doing their best to drive me down.
Right, we having another?
No, I'm all right, thanks.
You planning on getting done for drunk and disorderly on top of everyone else, Steve?
Well, we don't have to stand there, don't we? We don't have to say out.
Doesn't matter.
So, listen, you planning on open up later or what?
No, it's not worth it, Jim.
That's fine by me.
And it's the only day no Baldwin won't be coming round, isn't it?
You're right. Never mind standing by your workforce. He'll be standing as far away as he can get.
Right, I'm off. Getting changed.
Yeah, see you. Hey,
you later.
late.
We'll make sure they just don't start without me, won't we?
Fat chance.
Steve, wait. Look, I know you said you didn't want me to come, but I really want to. Please.
Well, it's only sentencing, Vicky. It's not some great courtroom battle.
I know it isn't, but I just want to be there.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, just a second.
Vouchers? Yes, that Brendan Scott dished out, you know, in the at the corner shop before he went and died. Oh, I remember him. Vouchers. Yes, he gave out Christmas vouchers. Yeah. I wanted to take mine in, but I mean, Alf Roberts didn't want to know about it.
You'll have to take them. I've got a bag full here.
Might as well chuck them away, love, for all the good they're going to do you.
I'm more scared than if it was me being sentenced.
Oh, Sal, look, stop worrying about Kev. He's going to be fine, all right? Is that big buck agent of a son of mine they're going to come down on like a ton of bricks, believe me.
And are they?
Well, I mean, what I mean is if they were going to. But they're probably not. Oh, no, don't take it from me. I'm no legal expert, okay?
If Steve does go to prison, though, which one will he go to?
Look, let's not speculate on that, okay? Let's just hope he's going to go home with his mother, all right?
Who will?
Steve, I'm just telling Vicky to look on the bright side, you know?
Oh, yeah. Where's Sal? So where are they? Have they taken him in already?
No, not yet.
No, they've gone to see the solicitors and the barristers.
Yeah, have a bit of a consultation, you know? Suss out who's going to say what when they get in there.
Oh, here they are.
Right, man.
Yeah. Well, they still think the same. Well, at least mine does, anyway.
What a fine.
Yeah.
I don't even know yet.
Why? What did they say?
Not what? So there might be a fine, community service, or even jail.
All right, now just hold on a minute, all right? Hold your horses. You're just guessing here the same as the rest of us, right? There's only one person whose opinion counts, right? And that's your man sat in the middle with a wig on, you understand me?
Well, what I don't get is why they need the barristers again. They've already done their bit.
Well, we don't. It's them that needs the money, innit?
Oh, don't be clever, Steve. This is really serious.
Apparently they're just going to say a few words before the judge passes sentence, you know. Try and make him go easy.
Something entered into willingly and knowingly. What it was the desperate attempts of two young men to extricate themselves from a difficult situation. Not conspiring so much as panicking. Mr. Webster is a family man of good character. He bitterly regrets his involvement in this, and I would urge Your Honour to treat him with leniency. Your Honour, unless I can be of any further assistance...
Thank you. Mr. Hawkins?
Your Honour has already ruled on the traffic charges facing my client. Therefore, in my submission, we need concern ourselves only with the charge of conspiracy. The result of panicking rather than conspiring. Well, perhaps, yes. Understandable panic on the part of Mr. McDonald, who was then only 17 and had just crashed an expensive motor car. But Mr. Webster, however, was in a more difficult position, being some 10 years his senior, and what's more, Mr. McDonald's employer, his boss, the man from whom he took orders. Just as Mr. McDonald took orders from Mr. Webster where the garage was concerned, no doubt he took orders from him in this business as well. It was in Mr. Webster's interests to keep his nose clean with the garage owner, whose car it was that had got damaged. And anyway, as the older man, in a position of authority, surely he has to carry the greater responsibility for what happened. Not the traffic offences, no, of course not. But we're dealing now with the charges of conspiracy, the lying to the police. Your Honour, I submit that in this, Mr. Webster was the prime mover, and Mr. McDonald no more than the accessory. Too frightened of losing his job to question what he was being told to do by the older man.
I have listened to the arguments on both sides, and the first thing I must remind this court is that conspiracy to pervert the course of justice may sound like a technicality. In fact, it is a very serious charge, which often carries a prison sentence. Though I feel that would not be appropriate for either defendant on this occasion. Stephen MacDonald, it has been pointed out to me that you are considerably younger than your co-conspirator, and that you were, at the time, dependent on him for your employment. Be that as it may, it was you who drove the car without a license, and who then lied to the police officer who attended the scene of the accident. This can hardly be put at Webster's door. Taking your recent record into account, I sentence you to 200 hours community service. Kevin Webster, you may feel that you were drawn into this against your will. Nevertheless, you were certainly older than Stephen MacDonald and in a position of authority over him. You must therefore bear considerable responsibility for what happened. For this reason, I have decided to fine you £800.
Say, did I? Oh, of course you did. No, I didn't.
Look, Kev. Look, if he says he didn't then, okay?
Okay. So where did that barrister get it from, eh? Just make it up, did he? All right. Maybe I said something about our ages. But I didn't know he was going to blow it out of proportion, did I?
Anyway, what does it matter
Yeah,
now?
look, exactly. You're both going home. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Look, you said you'd take all the blame. That when we got to court, you'd say it was all your doing.
Yes, you did.
Well, I tried to, didn't I? Funny. I didn't hear that. All I heard was that it was all my fault because I'm older. I'm the boss. Oh, and it was me that told him to say that then, was it? Well, someone did.
Yes, but look, listen. Look, he didn't take any notice, all right?
Well, I'm sorry, Jim, because he did. He said it himself at the end.
Yes, well, I'm sorry, but it didn't affect his sentence, did it? Look, Kev has only got a fine, all right?
What do you mean, just? How much does he have to pay, eh? I've got community service. Yeah. Anyway, I'll pay you fine. I said I will. You won't, Steve, because I don't want anything to do with you ever again, all right? Come on, Kev. No. Steve, I'll pay my own fine. I just don't want out else to do with you.
Kevin!
Sally. Sal. Hey, Stephen.
Well, what can I do? I mean, I've offered to pay it, haven't I?
You can't do anything.
Look, just leave him be, right? Let him cool off or something, yeah? Right, look, what about a cup of coffee, eh, by way of a celebration or something? Come on, I'm fine. No, well, I'm just sorry Kevin's, upset about it, but I mean, I'll tell you what, I don't think it was Stephen's fault at all, right? Yeah. It's just his barrister doing what he was paid for, and he's doing it better than the other man did his job, you know what I mean?
So is Steve completely off the hook then?
No, he's not at all. He's got 200 hours community service, so he has.
What's that, like picking up litter and that?
No, I gather it could be all kinds of things.
Well, it's not sewing mailbags in prison, though, is it?
Yes, no. It's not sewing mail.
Hello, love. Oh,
Well,
Gin and tonic, please,
Yeah.
and a pint for Ginger.
Oh, catch yourself on. You don't have to be getting me.
No, go on, I'd like to.
I'll take a
Yeah.
pint then, aye.
So, how did Steve get on then?
Well, I'm just telling these two here, he got 200 hours community service and, well, Kevin got an £800 fine, so he did.
Oh, well, I suppose it could have been worse.
It could have been a hell of a lot worse, I'll tell you this. I was relieved, so it was.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Mike will be too. He wanted to be there, actually, but he got a bit caught up with business.
Busy man, aye.
Yes, but I'm sure he'd be glad to hear it wasn't any worse anyway.
Well, you might think it was when he hears the full story.
Why?
Well, he got the 200 hours community service for the conspiracy charge, right? But he had the traffic offences as well, didn't he? Oh, aye. So he got a £200 fine and he got a 6 month loss of his licence.
Does that mean he can't drive?
Certainly does. He cannot drive.
Well, that's going to play havoc with his love life, isn't it? That's 274.
Well, it's not actually his love life I'm concerned with. It's whether or not this lady's husband will want to employ him again.
Oh, yes, I'm sure. I'm sure Mike will. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't commit yourself to that, not until you've spoken to him anyway, all right?
Hey, Aldo.
Hi.
You know, I've been thinking, I must be a soft touch employing criminals.
I'm not a criminal, Michael.
No, I don't mean you and me. No, we're the only ones with clean sheets round here. I'm talking about Kevin and that son of yours. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Kevin not in then?
No, not yet. I should imagine he'll be here in a minute.
I reckon he got off light. Sally must be as chuffed as I am.
800 quid late. Tell you what, that'll take some finding. They've a wee kitty to feed and clothe, you know.
Played a blind to that son of yours, by all accounts.
Look, if you're suggesting that Stephen got together with his solicitor to stitch up Kevin, you've another thing coming.
I'm just saying he dropped me in it.
Your name wasn't mentioned.
I should think not.
Look, he got a £200 fine and a bucket load of community service. If you ask me, he stitched himself up, OK?
Community service, what's that? Showing old ladies across the road? Don't need a driving licence for that, do you?
Yeah, all right. Look, why don't you go and ask Steve?
I will. Like I said, he played a blinder.
Rita, you must see this. Look, it's Alf Roberts all over the paper. Picture of him and everything.
I wonder what you were touching
Yes, look, angry OAP, slam shopkeeper Scrooge.
Shopkeeper Scrooge, I'll tell you what, your man's going to love that, isn't he, eh?
Councillor Roberts has trodden on our dreams, lashed one pensioner last night. War veteran Mr. Perry Sugden.
Perry?
Got his name wrong.
Ah, well, it suits him, and he gives him a bit of class, doesn't it? You know, like Perry Mason.
Oh, Como.
The way he said, he's not just letting down the pensioners, he's undermining a charity effort. People will go hungry this Christmas thanks to his mean action.
Well, if I was Perry Sugden, I'd keep my head down, because when Alfie hears...
Hang on. Say no.
Oh.
We're Alf. Bah, it's a grand morning.
Oh, you think so, do you, Al?
Yeah, well, it's bright and crisp.
Yes.
Full of the joys, then, are you, Alfie?
Yeah, well, you've got to be, haven't you? You can't be miserable all the time, can you?
Certainly. I mean, it's a world full of troubles. You only got to look at the papers, haven't you?
Yeah, well, they put bad news in there. Do you know, I never read the paper till I get home at night.
Oh, well, you've something to look forward to then, haven't you? Anyway, what can I do for you?
Give us a quarter of your mint humbugs. I feel like humbug this morning.
He shut the shop for one day.
Ah, yes, but a very special day. A day for reflection. Lots of people never think about that side of Christmas.
Oh, well, no offence, Alfie, but I'll be glad to be getting back to work so well, I'll tell you.
You're all as bad as each other. He's opening on a bank holiday. You can't wait to get your overalls on.
Yes, but the difference is I need the money.
Yeah, well, if you've earned your crust by lunchtime, let me buy you a drink.
Oh, well, I'll take you up on that, so well. See you later.
Bye, I'll tell Deirdre I'll see you later.
I will, yes.
Just these, Al.
Do you know, I feel as if I'm an old coward. I mean, there's him and Deirdre, there's you and Jim McDonald.
Me and Jim McDonald, what?
Well, you know, I clocked you on Christmas Eve at Betts, you know, and I thought, aye. Now you're buying him drinks, eh? That's £2.20, please, love.
Do you know, if I counted the number of fellows who bought your Audrey a drink over Christmas, it wouldn't be on one hand.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, actually, it means nothing. But were I to assume the opposite, I could make it sound like major gossip at an hairdresser's.
I think you're overreacting.
Yeah, well, it's tricky, isn't it, a woman living on her own? She's either uptight and boring or just waiting to nick somebody's husband.
Hey, now, I never said that.
I know, but there are one or two round here who don't have your balanced view of women, Al.
Medium sherry. No, 2 medium sherries and a pint of bitter and 1 hot pot, 1 tuna salad and... Oh, yeah, go on, another hot pot, then. Have you got all that?
I heard it, but I haven't got it. It's just cold sandwiches. Oh, I was building up an appetite for that, I'm sorry. Well, I didn't want to be cooking on over Christmas, you know.
Cold sandwich is fine.
Oh.
Shall we sit down?
Alf doesn't mean anything.
Oh, yes, he does.
He stands in that shop like Russell Grant, cracking on he knows what everybody's up to.
Alf always gets it wrong. Look, everybody knows that, therefore it never amounts to anything.
No, I'm sorry, Betty, but it says over there, it says hot pot, chicken curry and cock-a-leekie.
That was last week's menu, love.
Well, it's not my problem, is it? I mean, I think I've every right...
Derek, no hot food. Betty said cold sandwiches, right? That's corned beef, turkey and salad, OK?
2 corned beef and 1 salad, please.
Hiya, Vicky. You're looking a wee bit fed up, so you are.
Every time I try and do some work, I can just smell the floor polish from school.
I thought you were going out with Steve tonight.
No, he reckons he's got food poisoning, so he's gone back to the Queen's to sleep it off.
Oh, does he? Sorry, love, he never tells me anything.
Oh, I hate this bit just before I go back.
Listen, don't you be in a big rush to go leaving school, you know, because you'll spend the rest of your life wishing you were back there, believe me, I have.
People always say that when they've forgotten what it's really like.
Aye, maybe they do. Listen, I've left Andy back at the house watching a video. The pair of us are going for a curry later on. Do you fancy coming?
Can I?
Of course you can. Mind you, we're going to be a wee bit late.
Well, would you ask Bet for me? Because she's more likely to let me if you ask her.
Yeah, of course I will.
Ta.